I have the simple boilerplate code of the Flutter application, and we are gonna be making a simple UI. You can see in the right side. So I am simply adding a app bar, and inside the app bar I am adding the action which take the list of the widget, and inside it I am adding a icon button. Now let us give a color. Also quickly add the title for the app bar. And give it a color. Now our app bar is pretty much done. So inside the body I am creating a center widget which take the child parameter. Inside the child I am passing the column in which the main axis alignment will be the center. Now I am here creating a custom button in which we will pass like the title text, subtitle text, custom icon. Color 1 and color 2 are for the gradient, text color and the on-press property. Now there is no such widget in Flutter like the custom button, so I have to define it. Let us quickly create the widget named custom button which take all these parameters. So it should take the required title text, required string title text, required string subtitle text, custom icon, color 1, color 2, text color and the on-press property. Also let me quickly add the context. Now this widget will return a gesture detector. I am returning the gesture detector for the OnTap property. Also it will return a simple container. So inside the row we have a container which we have defined the linear gradient as a color 1 and color 2. Also inside the row we are creating another container. The above container was for just the icon. You can see the width and height are like 50 and 80. Now we are creating another container of the same height 80 but the width is 250. So it will contain some text like thing. Okay, now inside this container we will give a simple border radius and we will return a column. Now inside the column we will give the two text, one title text and another subtitle text. As you can see the title text is shown up in the UI. Also let us give it a simple styling and let us quickly add subtitle text also and give it some styling. So basically this UI is very much simple, that is why I am skipping most of the part. Also let us quickly create the second custom button. Now you can see it's looking pretty good. Also let us quickly create the third custom button also for the code completion. In this video we will be only looking after the image generation. Like we will only generate the image for this video, and in the other video we will be working on the text completion and the code completion. Okay, now UI is looking pretty good. So let us quickly create the separate file for the separate button for the image generation, for the text completion and for the code completion. By tapping on any of these three custom buttons, we will redirect our user to the new screen via the navigator push. Okay. Now inside this image generation, Now we are importing the material. Now let us create a stateful widget. Let us create a stateful widget and give the name as image generation. Image generation open API. Okay, something you can give any name you want, and simply return the scaffold. Now on the onTap property, onPress property, we will give navigator.push, and in the route we will give material page route. Now it will return the that stateful widget which we have just recently created. Okay, let us import. Inside the body you can do a single side scroll view, or you can use the custom scroll view. Actually inside the custom scroll view it accepts the slivers, so that is why I want to use it. Inside it sliver upper and sliver list. Now in the delegate sliver child list delegate, it accepts the list of widget. Okay, now it accepts the list of widget. Also for the image generation, head over to the OpenAI, create an account, and you can get the API key from the here. This is only one time API key, so make sure to copy it and create your own, because I am deleting this API key. So the API key on the screen will not work. I will change it. You have to create your own API key, place it over the new file API key dot under the string API key. Now create a final API key and pass that API key via that file. Okay, make sure to import the API key dot file. So you can go to the documentation of the image generation in the OpenAI. Here is the all detail, like there is a rate limit 50 images per minute and stuff like that. Also it will return the sizes of 3 sizes of the photos. Smaller sizes are faster to generate. It is the URL, it contains the header, the bearer, API key, prompt, size, and number of images. So basically you can head over to this site for the knowledge. Now let us go back to our VS Code and install one package named HTTP. You can either install it by pressing Ctrl+Shift+P if you have the extension of spec assist installed in your VS Code, or you can go to the pub.dev to install it. So I have installed the HTTP package and I have imported it as an HTTP. Also import the .convert function. Now quickly create a future new image generate which will take a string named sample text. So we have to provide a URL via uri.parse and copy it from the documentation. Also the code link is in the description, you can check out. Now we are storing this URL in the uri.parse under the URL variable. Also it is saying that it requires a header in which there is a context type. So I am creating a final header, and in the context type I am providing application.json. Also in the authorization it requires two things, one is bearer and another is API key. You can see in the documentation. Now I am providing the bearer and API key. Okay, perfect. So quickly create a variable response in which it will await just http.post method, and we will pass the URL, the header, and inside the body you have to pass the header. header as in header, and in body we will write JSON in code. Now go to the documentation. You will require a prompt. The prompt means the text, so simply pass the sample text inside the prompt, and n means the number of the image. As you can see, there is a n parameter. You can see all these things in the documentation. You can give a value like 1 to 10, so I am giving only 1. I only want one photo. So in the size, smaller size means the faster processing, so I am giving the smallest size as possible, which is 256 by 256. So let us check the response status code. So if it is 200, then we will store the response.body under the response JSON variable, and inside the response JSON variable it will basically throw the JSON. So we have extracted the data of index 0 URL, which is the URL of the sample text to image. So in the silver list, let us quickly create a elevated button which will call the function image generate. So the method will be async as it is a future function, and we will pass hill in the leg as a parameter. So by pressing this button, it should be able to print the URL of the image. So okay, you can see it should be able to print the URL of the image. I have converted it to 2 string. When I click this button, the future function is called. I have passed the hill in leg as a parameter. Okay, as you can see in the terminal, it throw the URL which I have printed. So let me quickly open it, paste in a browser. Actually only one line is being selected in this VS Code. I have to select all of this. Let me quickly go to the full screen and select all this. Okay, now all URL is selected, and let me quickly open the link. Okay, as you can see, I have passed the hill in leg as an sample text, and it has provided the hill in leg image. If I write the fire in mountain as a parameter, basically I am providing the sample text as fire in mountain. Now on clicking this button, the on pressed is triggered. It will call the image generate future function, and okay, here we get the URL of the image. Let me quickly open it. I think once again it is not selecting the whole URL. Let me quickly full screen the VS Code on the URL. Okay, you can see it has generated us the image for the given text. So let me remove all this UI part and create the own. Basically you can copy the app bar from the home page. It's similar to the home page. I have only changed the title text of the app bar. In the home page it was like open API something, and here it is the image generation beta. Now in the silver list I have created a simple text field, and I have give the fill color. Now I require the prefix icon search and the suffix icon clear. Okay, the icon are generated. I have to give a border, so in the enable border parameter in the text field I am providing the border radius. Also I am providing this focus border, and inside the focus border I am providing a simple color dot green offset something like 100. Basically this UI part is very much simple and you can get the code in the description. That is why I am skipping the UI part. So to show the images, let us quickly create a container, and inside the child let us call the future builder, which require the context snapshot, and if connection is equal to done or connection state is completed, then it will return a card, else it will return a circular progress indicator. It is pretty much simple. Also, let us create a text editing controller. In the text field, add a controller. It should be a similar name as text to image. I have created a controller text to image, and on submitted, I will basically call the I can call this function, or I can also call the set state. For now I am calling the future function. So whatever I write in this text, it will be basically seen by the text editing controller, and on submitted it will pass to the future function. Also in the future builder, make sure to give the function, the future function. So our future function is image generate. Okay, it requires a sample text as a parameter. It requires some text. I have given hello for now. As you can see in the terminal, it has generated the output URL, but in the UI it is to see the output in the UI, you have to return the image and network image and provide the image full URL. So we don't have the image URL. To store the image URL, I am creating the final image variable. In this variable we will store our image URL. So instead of printing this response, I will store it in the final image variable. Okay, now all the response generated by the future function will be stored inside the final image. Now inside this network image, we can simply provide final images. Let me quickly hot reload. Also make sure to convert it to string. Also one thing you can see here, I have written the list view builder. Actually it is not necessary, because the future function is generating only one image. So as I have used the list view builder and I haven't given the item count, it is printing many images in the UI. To solve this issue, you can basically return the container, and inside the container print only one images. It will be the convenient method. I have created this list view, but it is unnecessary. Also in the onSubmitted property, make sure to change it to set state. Previously I have talked about it. Also in the future function, remove the parameter string text parameter and instead hard code it to the prompt. So in the prompt I have created the text image.text, which is the controller via text field. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share and subscribe the channel for more videos.